Hey, welcome to the Contractor Starter Kit. This is the quote sheet that I want to give to you guys for free. Thanks for being interested in it. I want to share this with you guys so you can start quoting jobs right away and you can start learning how to punch out quotes in minutes and give your customers a really good, accurate quote and be competitive at the same time. So I'll go right into it to explain. This is just an overview. I have other videos that will go more into depth for each tab and how to punch out a quote. But I just want to let you guys know what you're getting into and to make it worth it. So right here we have the master quote tab, and this is going to show you all your totals for all your materials, all your labor, and all your subtrades for every tab that you see down here. Okay, it's going to spit out all the totals for a grand total right here. The bathroom tab. Again, these are labeled. You guys can rename them whatever you want. But for the most part, I've set it up because all the tabs you see at the bottom there are basically what you really need to quote in any renovation or construction project. There's nothing really more you would need to quote for customers. So for me, the bathroom the kitchen, and the basement tabs are very similar. And the reason for that is if you think about each of those projects, they are going to have most of the same things involved in a renovation or construction project. Okay. So basically you can see here, it's all color coded and it's all in order of a renovation or construction project, how they are completed from start to finish. Okay. So again, first you will need a permit. Second, you'll need a disposal plan. Third, you'll need concrete. After concrete comes framing. After framing comes your subtrades. After subtrades comes insulation and drywall, and so on and so forth. That's how it's all laid out. So you always start from the top and you work your way down to the bottom as you quote. That way you know you're not going to miss anything. Okay. Right here on the right, it says materials. This will spit out the total for all of your materials needed in the job. The labor box is all the labor that is involved in the entire project. And the subtrades is, you guessed it, the cost for all your subtrades, if you have any of those involved. Okay. Back to here, we have your description column, basically talks about all your products, your labor, or any subtrade that's involved in the project. This column is your quantity. So you basically put in the quantity for your how many products or materials you're going to need. It's also used for how many days of labor you're going to use, or the price for the quantity of how many subtrade days you're going to have. This column is the cost of everything. So this column would be the only column that it's up to you guys to change your pricing to. Everybody's in a different place in the country. Each place has their own price, or each supplier has their own price. So it's up to you guys to plug in the correct price. The ones that are in here right now are up to date as far as 2021. So things have changed since then. So you might want to look at them. And then this column will spit out the total price for each item. These color coded things right here tell you the total for each section. So it's going to spit out the total for each of the color coded sections. From there, it goes to this box and it shows you a running total of each product. And then from there, it'll spit into these boxes. Okay. So I wanted to just scroll down and show you what it's all. So framing, all the framing costs, HVAC if you have HVAC, plumbing if you have plumbing, electrical, insulation, all the products that have to do with insulation, all the products that have to do with drywall, all the products that have to do with paint, flooring, interior finishes, and then a fireplace if you're going to put one in, and then all your hardware is what's for red. Okay. So again, you can customize this if you want, put your own products, switch it around if you need. But basically you start from the top, work your way to the bottom. At the top of each section, so we'll take concrete, for example, you have concrete price or daily costs for your subtrade. So this is only if you're using a subtrade, you place your quantity there and you would place your subtrade cost. So this is something that you'll have to talk to a subtrade about. get their price to do concrete work, then you put the price that they give you here, and you put the quantity, which would probably just be 1. If you're doing it yourself, if you're doing everything yourself, you would basically, I'll use the framing to demonstrate this. You would basically calculate how many of each framing material you're going to need. You punch in the quantity here all the way down. Your plywood, if you have plywood, if you're barn board, common pine, all the things to do with framing. Once you get to the bottom of it, you're going to see a framing labor total and a framing materials total. So this will be all the total of the material that you just accounted for. We'll spit out here. And then this one, it's up to you. I usually do 2 daily costs. So my daily cost for framing would be $1,000. If I'm on site with my employees, it's $1,000. So the way I would do it is I would go, okay, how many days is it going to take us to frame? I would say 2 to 3. So let's say 2. It's going to cost me $2,000 to frame that project. It's going to spit that out here. And then all of your material will spit out here as well. Okay, so that's kind of what that's for. Up to you to put your own cost in this column. Again, I'm just doing this quickly. It's not really quickly, but it's already 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Kitchen, same thing. Basement, same thing. And the reason I have multiple tabs like this is because a lot of renovation projects will have multiple jobs attached to it. So it's not just if you're doing a bathroom job, but there's been projects that I've done that are bathroom and deck, let's say. So I would do all my bathroom calculations on this tab and then all my deck calculations on this tab. Okay, makes sense. And even if I'm doing a deck with a covered structure, I would do my deck cost here, and then I would do my roof cost here for the roofing of that structure, right? So again, you can go through this, get familiar with it, but this is what I'm offering to you guys for free. I want you guys to get out, start to learn how to use it, start to punch these quotes out and give them accurate cost to your customers. In these box, one last thing is your markup total. I usually did 25 to 30% markup, but I could do that because I had the trust with my community and they wanted my business, so I could charge more. If you guys are just starting out, I would go maybe 15 to 20% markup because you got to be competitive, right? But this is basically the profit that you're going to make on the job. Okay. So we need to be a healthy business. And in order to do that, we need to mark up according to what we want to make. Okay. Get familiar with it. Enjoy the quoting sheet. If you want more information and more resources, helpful documents, helpful templates, check out the Contractor Starter Kit. It has everything you need to grow, scale, and operate your business. We'll see you on the other side. Cheers.